Hi, everybody. I haven't done this in a long time. I haven't just jumped on and done something impromptu, but I felt like doing this today. My amazing grandmother, Shirley Rich, passed away 3 years ago today, and my goodness, I know that I am not unique in saying that there's this strange sort of feeling that's contrary feeling that's often at the same time, which is that I'm glad she's not seeing what we are living through, and I'm also missing her voice. She was such an incredible activist and such a storyteller and such an alive mind her whole life. So I'd love to know what she thinks, and I know she's seeing it all, but my goodness, what she lived through anyway. So I wanted to share a tribute that I created for her in my show, The Women Who Rode Away. It's called Purple Glow. So I'll show you a clip from the show, and then I'll play you the song live. And I hope it makes you think and remember somebody that you love so dearly. So here's the story for Purple Glow.
Hi, sweetie. To your grandmama. I'll be home this afternoon after I have my hair cut. But I'd probably be home between 1 and 2 anyhow. So you can come and park on my doorstep. Not on your doorstep, I'll take you right in. So I love you, and if you have free time today and you want a good dinner, come and see me. Love, your grandmother.
My grandma, Shirley, was born on the Lower East Side of Manhattan on April 14th, 1914. Her father, my great-grandfather, was a tailor. Shirley was the youngest of 7 children. There was Georgie, Louie, Annie, Fanny, Lily, Ruthie, and Shirley. Shirley's family moved to the Bronx from the Lower East Side when she was little. She described it as a lush wilderness. Her father would take her and Ruthie for long walks in the woods every Sunday. Ruthie and Shirley were his favorites. Shirley was an excellent student. She graduated from high school at 16. She was one of the first women admitted to City College's School of Engineering. She could have done anything. Shirley told me how her mother would put a live fish in the tub every Thursday to make gefilte fish for Shabbat. No one took a bath on Thursday nights. I always thought there was a type of fish called gefilte. I always felt kind of bad for that fish. Shirley was married twice. She left her first husband because he was abusive and met my grandpa Stan on a picket line. They were communists. Shirley and Stanley were married for 54 years. They always seemed like they were very much in love. A few years before she died, she told me that every afternoon the loveliest young couple and their 3 children have been coming to visit me. I believe she was having memories of her own life, and it was her, Stan, and their 3 daughters. Maybe instead of our lives flashing before our eyes, we get to be visitors in our best memories. Shirley was an amazing artist. She made the most beautiful ceramic vases, sculptures, and lamps. She was also an incredible dancer. She danced with the Martha Graham Dance Company. But she never seemed to feel good about the things she made. She was always putting herself down. She went on an elder hostel to Italy when I was there for my junior year abroad. I was preoccupied with my flirtations and my paintings, and I didn't spend much time with her. I'd give anything for that time back. She also came to visit me when I lived in the Bay Area after college. I always thought she knew the name of every flower, but when we went to the botanical garden, I found out that she bakes a lot of stuff up. I checked the signs as we passed by, and she was sometimes right, but mostly not. I lived near Boston for a few years and got to see Shirley all the time. She would throw up in the door and do a little dance. She was always so happy to see me. She was sharp as a tack until her early 90s when she had a small stroke. She started getting confused and paranoid. She started giving me her things, clothes, jewelry, furniture, some of her sculptures, and telling me which of her things she wanted me to have. I didn't want any of it, because I knew it would mean that she wouldn't be here anymore. She stopped recognizing me and spoke mostly in baby talk or Yiddish. But there was usually a moment where I knew she remembered me. She would open her eyes and look at me with so much love. And then just like that, she took a turn, and it was time to come and see her. I'd been saying goodbye for what I thought would be the last time for years, but somehow I wasn't ready. She was so tiny and frail. Her breath was so labored and raspy. I kept waiting for her to have that moment of knowing who I was, knowing I was there. But she didn't. I held her hand and told her how much I loved her, and I told her she could go now. She'd been regressing for years, speaking in baby talk and calling out for her mama. We bought her stuffed animals, and they seemed to comfort her. She liked taking care of them. It was so hard to leave her that night. I knew it really would be the last time I'd see her. There was the softest purple glow all around her. I kissed her forehead and left her to sleep. Maybe when we die, all the ways we've seen ourselves, all the ways we've learned to exist pass by, and we get to thank them for making us who we were in this life. And then only our true nature remains. My grandma Shirley's was purple, the color of royalty.
Hi, sweetie, it's Grandma. I wanted you to have that coat. It looks beautiful on you, and I want you to keep it. So please come and get it. I'll save it for you because I probably won't wear it. When will I go out fancy like? Maybe once? So anyhow, I love you very much, and we'll talk. I hope you find time to give me a ringy-ding. So goodbye, darling.
I told you I had a friend's wedding to go to almost every other weekend. He said, sounds better than the funerals I've been going to lately. Your friends were gone, and you were still downhill skiing. Put your feet in one direction, there was no stopping you. Drove around the Lower East Side, looking for the house you were born in. He said, right here on Rivington is where we play kick the can. He said, it's changed so much, I'm not sure that house is still standing. And then we decided any old house would do. It's just a place to hold your memory, or the lives that you lived in over a century, the things that you hid and the things that you let go. They are surrounding you now in a purple glow. I always thought you knew the name of every single flower. With one crooked finger you would point, and with authority you would say its name. And your friend told me at your 90th birthday, she's cheating at Scrabble. He said, if you want to play the game by my rules, I'll show you how. When you started getting confused, I came to help you clean out your closets. He said, I wanted you to have that coat. When will I go out fancy like? Maybe once? I like to think that's the coat you wear when Grandpa took you dancing on the weekends. Oh, how I know that you two are dancing now. just a way to hold your memory. Oh, what I wouldn't give to read your diary. The things about you that I will never know, they are surrounding you now in a purple glow. Times were hard, you were a difficult mother. You made choices for your life when there really were no others. A painter, a potter, a sculptor, and a dancer. This is the way I always saw her. This is the way I always saw her. This is the way I always saw you, in the light that surrounds you. And there's a purple light, it is royal and bright. It's a powerful and gleaming, and I'll hold you now. You showed me how to shine so bright. You shine so bright. You shine so bright. Yeah. This is the way I hold your memory, the way that you live on inside me. You're the sweetest, softest adagio. That's you. That's you, my grandmother. That's you, and that's your purple glow. And that's my snoring dog. Sure did love my grandma. Sure do. She is with me all the time. I don't know if you can see that beautiful statue back there where there's a Yahrzeit candle. She made that. She was an incredible artist and taught me so much. She was so full of joy and life and remains one of my greatest teachers and guides. So thank you for being with me today and witnessing that tribute to her. It's funny, in the beginning of creating the show, I started to write that piece about her, and I created a book, Purple Glow, separate from the book of The Women Who Rode Away, and thought, is it kind of weird that I'm like charging money on the loss of my grandmother? So I sat and I talked to her as I do, and I got this voice very clearly said, "You're not charging enough." That was my grandma, folks. So, love being with you. Thank you for being with me. Oh, there's some comments. Hi, everybody. Hi. Thanks for being here and witnessing today. Much love to you all.